Hello. I've just had my mask on, so I've got some great lines on my face and also so much dust in my hair, and it's hot, so I'm sweaty. So, and also ignore the chaos that is this room. This is all my ironing that I need to do, but I need to fix my iron first because I dropped it on the carpet and it all melted. So I'm trying to fix that, but I need to go to the shops to get some bicarb of soda. Anyway, thought I would give a little update on the living room, part 1 of 28. Been working on the cupboard, which is it's called an Edinburgh press, but it's essentially like a really shallow cupboard that was the way that the construction workers would get in between the flats when these were all being built around the turn of the century, and then they would close up the holes and turn them into little cupboards. But my plan for this cupboard is the exterior trim. I'll turn this around. Right, so the plan for this cupboard is all of the exterior trim is going to be the same pistachio color as the hallway and the trim on this door. So all the wood trim in this room will be that kind of pistachio color. That's the Room of Doom door, the Edinburgh press cupboard, and then the window frames will also be that kind of pistachio color. But I started priming one of the windows and then realized I needed to paint strip the Edinburgh press cupboard, because if I painted that and hadn't paint stripped that, when I then went to paint strip that, the heat gun would strip the new fresh paint off of the window. So paint stripping this, I will prime it, and then I think I'll paint the walls, and then I'll do the final coats. But while I'm paint stripping, I originally was like, oh, I'll just strip the frame and keep the inside as it is, but it's all latex paint. And I hate latex paint, and it's not the most fun to paint over, as you can kind of see from the swatch I did. So I'm gonna strip it all. I'm gonna strip it all and give myself so much more work than I needed to. The main plan for this is to turn it into my little at-home work situation. So I'm thinking like a kind of drop-down desk that I can sit at, and the door is here. So like a little drop-down desk that either like hinges or hooks into the top, the like next shelf up, and then maybe mount my second screen somewhere. I might have to cut into some of the shelves so that things can sit kind of flush when the door is closed. But I haven't quite figured that out yet. I think the kind of plan at the moment, I think, just so that I'm not overwhelming myself with a mountain of tasks, I think I'm just gonna strip it all and paint it, put the door back on, and then at a certain point come back and do the desk, because I would really like to get the living room in a slightly livable state for a little bit of time before I start another project in here. So that is mainly painting. I need to make curtains, and there's just a very long list. But this is where we are at the moment. Nothing like giving myself an even longer to-do list. Also, for some reason, the paint stripping doesn't want to work. Oh, focus. Doesn't want to work on the underside of the shelf. It bubbles a bit, but it just doesn't strip the same way that it does on the vertical fits, and I'm very confused. I've been lying on the floor trying to figure it out. But I definitely don't want to be paint stripping upside down because it will all go in my mouth. And I don't want that. I don't want hot paint going into my mouth. No, thank you. Hi. I don't have a very good tripod, so I have to bend down to get into this shot. Continuing on with the cupboards today. Also, I always do my DIY after yoga on the weekends, so I always look a little disheveled. Fun. Carrying on with the cupboards, I'm going to try and paint strip the rest of this one, and then maybe paint strip more of the Room of Doom door frame, take the door off. Cool, so I'm gonna get going. So this is how the cupboard looks after paint stripping without any sanding. There's still a lot of paint residue and still quite a few steps to get it to a point of painting. Which I did off camera because it's really boring. I don't think you need to see any more time lapse of not that much visual excitement. But now we get to the painting stage, which feels like you're making a lot of progress. Well, that's it for this time. Not a ton of progress, but slowly but surely we're getting through the steps, and hopefully soon we can get some color on the walls. Thanks for watching, and hope you join me next time.